coming to a town of stalkers near you to expose, but not by choice, because the child rapists have a problem with what's in my brain, and that truth coming out no matter how quiet I am or have been about it for 46 years. So let's be loud! You goofballs. Do I scare you? See, that was a personality crime, and showing emotion and personality and expressiveness, that's a crime, or at least a crime where I come from. Those are the important questions that need to be asked. Like, why, if I kiss a black girl when I'm 8 years old, is the government telling the world I'm a white supremacist for kissing a black girl? These are the most important questions that need to be asked, because if a 5-year-old Jew is showing warmth and kindness and those normal, non-sociopath, psychotic traits that my family has, why does that anger my family and everyone else with them? That is the only question you need to be asking, instead of lying through your teeth while you have people following me around and the car patterns and clothing colors and telling me I don't say a thing, with these delusional personalities that think that it's okay to torture and kill 5-year-olds for 46 years ongoing, and a crime in progress. Crime in progress. It has not stopped since Ronald Barry Perelman said, I'm going to kill my 5-year-old with every resource on the planet, with whatever resources he had, as I was born on an Air Force base in Merced, California, Castle Air Force Base or something like that. Merced, California, which is closed down now for like a museum or something. I think it's still there, but as a whatever. Interesting. I think it was put there in 1940s. That is interesting. Kevin Perelman was born on Castle Air Force Base or whatever it is. It was put there in the 1940s. That's interesting that people keep hinting that I'm a schizophrenic and think I'm in World War II. I don't get it. How does the entire planet get those lies? The entire planet Earth get those lies. I don't have those resources. If I started a company right now to sell wings to put on your modified car, I don't have those resources to get it 1,000,000 times bigger than million times branded, better than the Coca-Cola Corporation. Okay, I mean, I don't have those resources. So for delusional pieces of shit to say, well, because you said something, it's instantly worldwide and it's your fault, I don't think so. That's what we call bullshit. 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 So don't put yourself in the classification of a child rapist, immoral, unethical child rapist piece of shit, because by saying nothing, you're a child rapist piece of shit, and by helping, you're a child rapist piece of shit, and by telling me that I had better forget about it and not talk or say a thing, especially finding out at 29, Mike Huntley, what's going on? You're a fucking dead man. World of paranoia and all the shit the direct and indirect statements and the papers on my desk, how to make people mentally ill and kill them, by telling me he's given me enough rope to hang myself with by paying off Rody Morales and 3 or 4 other people to take me to strip clubs, which, wait, it's not a crime to go to a strip club. It's a crime to pay people off to take someone to a strip club and then hunt them and try to kill them for going to a strip club. It's not a crime. Well, you want to play the mental illness card, it's not a crime to be mentally ill. It's a crime to kill people with mental illness, or it's a crime to make up lies that guy doesn't get along with people while he's trying to be as nice as possible, and they're throwing rocks. Hey, that's the crazy guy, kill him. That's the crazy guy, kill him since 5 years old. That's the crime, okay? Killing people, mentally bludgeoning them to death with angry mobs worldwide. Once again, how am I known worldwide? Turning 29. Why is there a plan of people trying to kill me or make me look crazy to force me into mental institutions? Why did Jason Perelman threaten my life when I was 16? Me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution for jumping in the way of him swinging crowbars at Gregoire. Did this Greg, this GG Black Mustang Greg, is clearly trying to cover up with some wannabe, I can't tell you, Casey, who hangs out at Torrance Beach, who's a money-grubbing whore, who throws labels at every single person that walks by, and good, decent people like me, because she's a money-grubbing whore. She's a money-grubbing whore that meets men for their money and shits on everyone around them and throws labels at everyone and tries to get rid of those she doesn't like. And if someone is homeless, that she has no empathy, that they might have some problems, and they don't need to be beaten down to get back on their feet. Well, those people don't want to. Well, maybe some. Okay, but
turn left onto Santa Monica Boulevard.
That's when we get into
in 800 feet, make a U-turn.
That's when we get into the racist, bigoted personalities. The racist, bigoted
make a U-turn.
Personalities. That it's all or none. Okay, it's all Jews, all people who suffer from mental illness are crazy and
continue on Wilshire Boulevard for 1.5 miles.
Danger to society. Okay. I'm a danger to society, see? I'm violent, paranoid schizo, see? Because there's less hair here. There's less hair here. So my kind is dangerous.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto 26th Street.
Because I suffer from mental illness. Oh, wait, what is mental illness? Should I pull out a fucking DSM-4 book and start going, you suffer from, and you. And so because you suffer from, you're not allowed here or there or anywhere else in the world. And you're not allowed there anywhere else in the world. And Big Brother's watching you, man. And when I'm bludgeoning you with rocks and lead pipes to the skull, to the back of the head over and over with mass worldwide.
Take the next left onto 26th Street.
It's just a game and a joke, right? Now don't say anything because we're going to come after you more. Okay, so when black girls like Ariana are hunting me to have me killed by contacting me on MySpace to do photo shoots with me, and then crying wolf, oh, poor me, because see the final product, he hates black people, Kevin, let's go to P.F. Chang's, I'm going to interrogate you. Well, she already has those psychotic murdering intentions, real stalking, before ever meeting me. She wants to befriend me to try to get dirt to use against me to exterminate me with mass groups. Oh, well, it's just people talking. No, it's not just. It's strategic. It's premeditated. It's calculated. And when we're talking about GG Black Mustang Greg that follows me to Boss Big Boy and followed me to all the other auto shops telling him not to fix the cars and playing some racial mind game, which they're the real racists, then he invites me out to his Torrance group. Now we know what's going. We all know what's going on with that one. Let's
in a 1/4 mile,
down
turn
here,
right onto Santa Monica
just
Boulevard.
like Brody Morales to the strip club.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Chelsea Avenue.
Kevin Stalking porn
turn
star.
left onto Chelsea Avenue.
The reoccurring 100,000 patterns of different people told to do the same thing.
In a 1/4 mile, turn right onto Santa Monica Boulevard.
100 million times.
In 500 feet, turn left onto 23rd Street.
100 million times over and over.
Take the next left onto 23rd Street.
They get what they want since I was 5 years old. And what is it they want? Class. What is it the government wants that they've hunted me minute by minute nonstop for 46 years with my family? Extermination. Eradication. You either check yourself into a mental institution and never ever leave, or we're going to force you into a mental institution. And you're saying, I thought, like my own mother, I just want you to have a normal life.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto Santa Monica Boulevard.
A normal life, then why am I not allowed to go live my life? Why am I not allowed to go to coffee shops, go to gyms, go to pool halls, go to restaurants? Why? If I go to a restaurant and every single waitress at every single restaurant worldwide is told to provoke me to death, and then they say Kevin doesn't get along with people. Yeah, I don't get along with Jew-killing, child rapist shit trying to provoke me to death. Okay, and if I go to Torrance Beach, whether I just feel like driving randomly, and random people just come out of the woodwork that I don't even know, going, he's stalking me, or groups like this GG Greg with his Black Mustang says, Kevin, join us for our cigar group in Torrance, and we got 4 main characters here. We got Greg. who has followed me to Bob's Big Boy with a Mustang group. Now they're gonna say Kevin's racist because he doesn't like Mustangs. I was a Mustang owner. I had a 94 convertible Mustang, which everyone knows I bought wheels and they stole the car for the wheels and they ran around saying I'm a schizophrenic because someone didn't like the wheels. Wait.
Take the next left onto Santa Monica Boulevard, then turn right onto Cloverfield Boulevard.
With the Pschology Community for my Mustang that I bought, then they're the schizophrenics, not me. Okay, so, but they're not just schizophrenics. They're violent, psychotic murderers who are hunting me actively.
In 400 feet, turn left onto 21st Street.
You can believe
turn
whatever you want about me, but at the moment that you take the law in your own hands, he's crazy, I have the right to kill him or exterminate him.
In 600 feet, turn left onto Broadway.
Whether you want to say I suffer from mental illness or not is irrelevant. That's not a crime. Okay? People being mentally ill, there's plenty of people that have some intricacy in their life.
Take the next left onto
whether
Broadway.
It's ADHD or, let's just say, lactose intolerant, even though Aubrey Fisher was a child raping, murdering cunt whore that was paid off to have me killed with Roddy Morales in LAPD. But let's just use that. Well, that person's lactose intolerant, so therefore they're not allowed to exist in society because they suffer from mental illness or, well, it's not mental, it's physical or however you want to. At that point, you're throwing
In 600
labels.
feet, turn right onto Cloverfield Boulevard.
At that point, you're throwing hate labels, period. It's irrelevant. Now, the point I'm getting at here is Gigi Greg here, who is
Take the next right onto Cloverfield Boulevard.
Mustang group. Kevin hates Mustangs. Kevin hates Mustangs. We need to kill him. And we had some, prior to that, at the Bob's Big Boy in Northridge, we had some white trash, trailer trash shit pretending to be like
Continue
my
on
father.
Cloverfield Boulevard for half a mile.
Who was mad that I said I don't really care for El Caminos. Okay, so I'm not allowed to say I don't like El Caminos or I'm a bad person. I mean, look, I have no problem with a person that drives an El Camino. Okay, you want to drive a El Camino? I have no problem with you. I'm just not into your car. Do I have that freedom or right? Kevin Perelman does not. If I even say that instantly goes worldwide. And trailer trash shit with El Caminos follow me from place to place, giving me dirty looks and attacking me. Now, but let's do a timeout. How does he know that? How does right now the guy in Wisconsin with an El Camino, why does he think I don't like him or El Camino people need to die or something so far out of the norm on every level? How did the information get there? Why would you take some harmless dialogue that everyone says every day of their life and twist and contort fragments into the end of the world? Why would people, if someone said to me, see that guy over there, he doesn't like El Caminos, so don't buy an El Camino. Okay, just like my artwork. Oh, well, this artwork has Mike Tyson fighting Chun-Li or whatever, so Kevin needs to die because he's a schizo, and he's a woman beater, and he's a schizo who thinks he's Mike Tyson, and, oh, we're going back to Ariana. What, we're not allowed to talk about this shit? Let me tell you, if some fucking psychotic, murdering, child rapist piece of trash befriends me to want to do photo shoots, and is hunting me with a plan of child rapist shit, I'm going to say something about it. And the more people that go, Kevin, you better not say anything. Or they hint, you're a whistleblower, and then larger groups show up. Whatever. Okay, so, and then they're going to sort of have some cover-up excuse why they're, well, it's because Kevin, and they're going to make up something like, when I was 5 years old, I farted wrong, so that's why I'm doing it. Okay, so, Gigi Greg is black. This is very important. Kevin kisses a black girl, 8 years old. People are sent after me in high school, like Damon Reagan's. I don't want to say sent. They were told. Okay, Damon Reagan's on the football team, now plays the competition game. Kevin ruined my life because he's joking around a couple times. We sort of race home after school. I'm not friends with Greg. I've never had one dialogue. Ever.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto the I-10 East ramp to Los Angeles.
I've never had one dialogue with Damon Reagan's. I was about to say ever. In high school. Not one. Ever.
Turn left onto the I-10 East ramp.
Saying I'm threatening him, I'm mean to him. Not one. Sorry.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-10 East.
Guy didn't want to let me in. Okay.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Pico Boulevard.
Not one dialogue with Damon Riggins ever until I come back from college and they're trying to silence me with Mike Huntley, and Damon Riggins comes into my office at Signet East Services asking
turn
about
left onto Pico Boulevard.
Hosting environments or whatever, and pretending he wants to be a client. Other than that, nothing mean. Okay, nothing close to mean. Okay, Kevin doesn't get along with people. What did I do to Damon Riggins? We sort of smiled at each other and raced home a couple times. Was that the end all? I ruined his life.
Continue on Pico Boulevard for 3/4 of a mile.
I bullied him to death with my Trans Am. No, of course not. Okay, that would be like you sitting in front of your mother eating some Cheerios and you put sugar on it, so you tried to kill her, okay? That's the level of drama here. And then that information goes worldwide. Okay, now, why would Damon Riggins be working with the black community and my wrestling coach to send black girls on the boys' wrestling team? Remember, this is 1988 or 86 or something. Send the girls on my black girl on the boys' wrestling team, and the coach says, practice with Kevin. I go a million times deeper. And then the black girl quits the wrestling team. I mean, it's not going to work out to begin with. Let's be realistic here. And even if she's practicing with someone else, and you know what they're doing. They're running around saying Kevin beats on black girls. He's taking out his aggression and rage. How do I know that? Because when Mike Huntley snapped when I was 29, telling me I'm a dead man, he was talking about my anger and rage. My anger and rage. The guy that's kissing black girls and showing warmth and kindness at 8 years old and give me a hug and group hug, and it's like walking up to a fucking hippie and saying you're filled with anger and rage, okay? Now you have to understand that, like I said before, my father's anger and rage, and paying off these people to have me killed in this unheard of psychological warfare method, is vast, and it's, well, my son kissed a black girl, and how dare a Jewish boy kiss a black girl, so I'm going to pay off people like Dion Bush and Alita in his office, and Brandon. These are all black people in my father's office, and to just say what they need to say, and it instantly goes worldwide, right? Okay, so because a Jewish boy kissed a black girl, and where's the anger and rage coming from? A racist, bigoted, child rapist, psychotic, sociopath father. Okay, that's the point. Okay? And other people on the American Medical Association clearly don't want the truth coming out, because you have to understand about white-collar crime versus blue-collar crime. And if someone is an orthopedic surgeon on the American Medical Association, what happens if the AMA finds out that a psychotic, murdering, child rapist father is doing these horrible things to his son? No more money, no more food on the table. Okay, right? And once that thought enters my head, what's going on? Okay, so back to Greg here. How does GG Greg with his Black Mustang fit into all this? He's some random small Ford group that followed me to Bob's Big Boy. He's black. He's inviting me into these social groups to mentally batter me to death. And in a method, right, like we have 1,000 people show up with black pants, green shirts. They sit there going, wow, 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 and they're sort of collecting things from my Facebook or Instagram and mimicking them 100,000 times. And then they're trying to turn around. Kevin's doing this to other people to cover it up. Kevin's harassing people when I'm the one being harassed. And the other thing is, it's a one-to-many versus a many-to-one. That's the most important thing. So if I type OMG in capital letters, which is an IRC term, internet-related chat, most of you don't even know what I'm talking about because you're not old enough. Oh, Kevin's doing this to this person, so now everyone on the world do OMG, and we're going to turn around on Kevin. But guess what? I'm one person. The planet is many. Okay, I don't know if you don't understand what I'm talking about. If I say something, and there's a quote-unquote miscommunication and a planet throws rocks at your head, something's wrong. Do you understand? If I'm out on a date and I yawn, and there's a miscommunication, the girl is going to say, well, you know, I don't like this guy, and let's not go on a date. And it's done. It's over. Okay, boom. If I go on a date and I yawn, and the girl says, Kevin harasses women, and an entire planet of women hunt Kevin to kill him, does it matter if I yawned intentionally or not? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because people are people. Some people are assholes. And you know what? If someone's an asshole, then they yawn and they go, it doesn't work out, and they move on, right? Okay, so the one thing that is always left out is that one-to-many worldwide mobbings to kill a 5-year-old Jew from a child rapist murdering father, with child rapist armies helping him, okay? Other than that, this is about nothing, okay? It's about killing a 5-year-old or executing a 5-year-old for 46 years. It's not about any girl or anything else. Do I like girls? Yeah. But guess what? Would I date girls if there wasn't a worldwide murder operation going on where the girl's not going to admit it? Sure, of course. That's why I was on dating websites, and that's why I was semi-outgoing in college and everywhere else, because I wasn't the man. I wasn't fucking everything in sight and the party animal or anything. But remember that it's either this way or that way in my life from racists and bigots. So, back to Greg. So we have this black guy. Once again, these mass mobbing groups always start with someone black, and they go out worldwide. It is always on, like Ariana on the chessboard. Photo shoot. Oh, you see, by doing a chessboard, you're implying that, yeah, bullshit. Have you ever actually done a photo shoot with anyone? No, clearly she hadn't. Is she a model? Clearly she wasn't, but she was looking for a way to kill the Jew. So hey Kevin, I want to do a photo shoot with you. Okay, same thing with Greg here. And then worldwide groups jump in, kill the Jew, because look what he did to Ariana. Okay, now you're going to say what? That's strange. No other photographer or artist, especially the ones in my art class with Professor Jim Johnson, my Mike Tyson picture, no one's having the problem. No one worldwide in the history of fucking humanity is having this problem. Okay? But not one person can say this is wrong and admit to the unheard of methods of information dissemination with billions of government dollars. Okay, so Greg Koenig, probably hinting about Greg Waugh, trying to make it look like I suffer from obsessional looping, right? Because we're on, let's try to make Kevin look violent, let's try to make him look paranoid, let's try to make him look schizophrenic, let's try to make him look like he suffers from obsessional looping, let's try to work on the trauma tactic, let's try to say that Kevin doesn't get along with people because a planet of people are provoking him to death and they won't stop or admit it, what's going on. And I could probably go to 1,000 other things before it then starts to going into criminal accusations. Kevin's a drug dealer, Kevin's a car thief, Kevin's this, Kevin's that. Wow, someone's got a hard-on to fucking exterminate me with every resource on the planet since 5 years old, huh? What's that got to be about? Or better yet, the more you find out, the more you're not allowed to talk, correct? Because any person that's trying to kill someone doesn't want that truth coming out, correct? And that's the only thing it could be about. Okay. Same thing. This GG Greg and his Black Mustang who's following me from place to place. Okay, let's talk about the characters here. I sort of started. Greg, racist, Jew-killing, bigoted piece of shit, trying to cover up his brother's crime sprees against me with Damon Reagan's and so many other black people. Alita, Brandon, Deion Bush, you name it. Kevin needs to die. Starting with my father paying him off and sort of also approaching people saying Kevin's crazy, we're going to prove it, to the point that no matter how many times I prove them wrong, they keep coming back, no, we got to prove it. Wait, if I proved you wrong 100,000 times and you're still trying to prove it, then you're not doing it to prove anything, even though that's still a psychotic murdering trait. You just want the dirt to throw on the person to execute them, make your execution look justified. Okay. So that's GG Greg, a bigot racist who's following me around, has a problem with us Jews, He's following me around from place to place, trying to cover up the history of black people either paid off or who have seen me. Oh, Jada Fire following me to coffee shops. Us dirty Jews are not allowed to drink coffee. Or buy Corvettes, right? So us dirty Jews are not allowed to buy Corvettes either. Okay, so same pattern of behavior. I'm going to follow the guy. I'm going to try to get him to even if I were to go like, hi, oh, you threatened my life, and then everyone hunt him and kill him, it wouldn't matter. Okay, so that's Jada Fire, part of the Black Kill Kevin community. Then weird conversations. Kevin, why do you like black people so much? I don't give a shit. I don't care if you're black, white, green, blue, purple. You are a human being to me, and it's how you behave. And if you're out Jew killing, saying us black people are better than Jews because the Holocaust is a joke and we had slavery, then you're worthless shit to me. Because in my mind, oppression, hurting human beings, 2 arms, 2 legs, is wrong. I don't care the color of your skin. I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you're Korean or Indian or from Russia. I don't care. Hurting human beings is wrong. Now, if you're black, like Greg saying, our people are better than you Jews, and you kissed a black girl, he's a piece of shit. Okay? So, you do the math. Now, they're not going to tell the world that. They're going to try to cover up their 46-year minute-by-minute crime spree. Okay, so that's Greg. Lure me to Torrance. He's trying to probably cover it up, saying I'm stalking Alexis Amore or whatever. Once again, this whole drama stalking thing, like Lorena Escobar. Oh, you called me twice in 1 month. You won't leave me alone. My life's in danger. Everyone hunt him and kill him. Police, government, NSA. Once again, how do they have the resources? Because normally, when you got a super drama queen like that, they go nowhere in life, and they start telling people, and everyone sort of laughs at them, right? Okay, so by going to Torrance, you're stalking Alexis Amore, and you're a stalker, and if Alexis Amore wants to sort of come forwards on a honest level, instead of keeping the never-ending game going, that you're this and you're that, and I like you, but I don't like you, that mixed message thing that she does with the rest of the world. And sorry, Alexis, but at one point this whole thing's got to end, and people got to start being honest. I have the right to go to Torrance or wherever else, Laguna, Newport, Long Beach, and every single incident that occurs because I simply left my house. Now remember that. It's not the signs. The website and the signs on my car came 10 years after finding out. That's 40 years old of pleading and begging. And even on the about section of the website says I really don't want to put up this website, but nobody will be honest. And there's a planet of people trying to torture and kill me with these psychological warfare tactics or eradicate. Yes, that is accurate. It's still going on minute by minute at 51 years old. And, okay, so Greg... GG Greg, the stalk and his Jew hate stalking group, linked to the black community. Kevin can't talk. We have Tony the Tiger here. We have a Latin guy named Tony. He is a complete, inept, moronic idiot with clearly a lack of an education. He doesn't really say much. He is the... I'll rattle off the personality here. He is the type of... Well, he is. Because he said it to me. Okay, if he was walking down the street and 1,000 people were bashing someone's skull in with lead pipes, he would walk up to the guy who's bleeding to death and convulsing and tell the guy, look, nothing's going on here, and just don't tell anyone, and don't tell anyone, and forget about it. And that is exactly what he told me last week is, people don't want to hear about your life, and be positive, and if I had no self-control, I would say, you know what? I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of you and bludgeon your fucking skull in with a lead pipe and see how you like it. And when you're screaming for help, I'm going to bludgeon your skull in more and more. And I'm going to have 100,000 other people bludgeon your fucking skull in. But I'm going to keep you alive to fucking remember that every moment of you supporting Jew killers, child rapist Jew killers, that's how it feels. Okay. So, Kevin, you said that you're a violent paranoid schizo, so we got to lock you away. Oh, well, that's interesting, right? Because don't I have the ability to express myself and make points? No, Kevin Perelman does not since 5 years old. That's the point. Okay, so that's Tony. He's a spineless fucking coward and a worthless piece of shit. And anyone that says that you shouldn't talk about it is a spineless child rapist, coward, and piece of shit. And if you want to know that my thoughts about what I think of people that walk around saying, Kevin, you're imagining this, that is the accurate thought. Whether you're wearing a LAPD uniform or not, I don't care. Whether you're in the presidency of the United States of America, that I exposed the White House of the United States of America with policeabuse.com on counter-surveillance operations with ex-LAPD Police Sergeant Don Jackson. So if anyone wants to fucking play their little fucking mind games here, they can call fucking Don Jackson in Florida and ask him about it with his private investigators. Okay. Now we have Casey. I think I started in. She is a label throwing, child raping, money grubbing whore who has clearly found a rich guy in Palos Verdes, and whether he's alive or not, clearly married him for the money, and she sits around throwing her little fluffy labels. You know, that guy's a piece of shit because, and that guy's a piece of shit because, and that guy's a piece of shit because. I don't make judgments. And the homeless need to die because they ruined my view of my water. And Kevin, you're delusional because nobody wants to hear about your life, and you're just doing this to get attention. But wait. You invited me into a social group that was going to mental batter me to, or that is mentally battering me to death with their psychological warfare tactics. Then you tell me I'm imagining it and I shouldn't tell anyone. Isn't that synonymous with what's been going on minute by minute since I was 5 years old? Wait, you're imagining it and I'm doing it to you. I'm doing it to you and you're imagining it. It never happened, but I'm doing what you said was going on. Well, we're doing it to you because you said something about it. They didn't say that, but, well, does that make sense? They're mentally bludgeoning my skull in because I'm saying these people won't mentally bludgeon my skull in? They won't stop mentally bludgeoning my skull in with their psychological warfare tactics from a father hunting his 5-year-old for 46 years with a planet helping him? Does that make any logical and rational sense? A planet is hunting a 5-year-old for 46 years, minute by minute, with psychological warfare tactics. We're doing it because you said something about it? Well, if you believe I'm crazy, why wouldn't you just leave me alone? Hint, hint, we're hinting about people from your past. Okay, well, that's nice. You have fragmented data that you're hinting from people from my past that you know nothing about except the government is telling you. The government is sending out propaganda to a planet and not one person on the planet. Well, admit that paying off people like Jen Hess to have me killed is wrong. Well, did Jen Hess start shooting at you? No, she did not. But she was running around with the same, I'm trying to get dirt to smear to the world, the cry wolf. Kevin, let's go on a date. Kevin's stalking me. My life's in danger. Kevin tried to kill me. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, we're all hunt and kill Kevin. That is a form of killing people. That is a form of ending people's lives. That is a form of trying to put people in jail cells. Oh, I'm just too stupid to understand it. Bullshit. You're a child rapist. If you play stupid, you're a child rapist. Period. Okay. That's Casey. Casey, the money-grubbing, Jew-killing, child-raping whore. And most whores really, I don't want to generalize, but let's be realistic, that most people that devote 100% of emotion to make money, like my father, who would kill me rather than save 1 cent. Those are whores. Those are the people that fit that stereotypical profile of a whore that a money-grubbing whore that doesn't care about right or wrong. I don't know. You know what? This is the wrong path here. Because if this is going to sound really... This would almost come out like stand-up comedy, but I was going to say that not all whores are bad people, whatever. Okay, look. Let me rephrase it. There are people that will do anything for money, and there are people that are in the middle. Okay? There are a lot of women. I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be brutally honest, and I'm not generalizing, but it is a stereotype, and there's a reason it is a stereotype. There are a lot of women that will do anything for money. Anything. And there's men as well as women that will take money to kill, okay? There are people that are 100% about money. There are people like me that want to make shitloads of money, but want to give. And for me, it's not really about money. It's about having good lives and doing all the things I love to do. And I help people in my path make money or whatever. I'm not going to be a pushover idiot. But there's also a lot of people like that. Okay, I want to make money, but it's not just all about money. Okay? But there are a lot of people that are all about money, and they'll do anything to take money and no loose ends, and if you get where we're going with that. Okay. And that is this Casey. She's a money-grubbing, murdering whore that will do anything for money, and then she'll throw her labels. Well, Kevin, you're throwing labels. Well, I am. You know what? But I'm throwing labels after dealing with me welcoming these people openly and their behaviors. You don't fucking talk or we kill you, okay? Well, anyone in the mindset of you don't talk or we kill you is involved in something that criminal, okay? That's the personality. I would never say, hey, you over there, someone raped you, and if you tell someone, like physically rape them, hey, girl over there, that guy physically raped you, but you better not fucking talk or we're going to kill you. Well, then I'm in cahoots with the murderers, correct? Okay, I don't want you talking because I'm friends with the person that raped you. Okay? Now take that concept for 46 years with these worldwide groups that are being blasted worldwide lies. That everyone that's taken part in some level wants to cover it up. Okay, so that's Tony, and we have Casey. We have Greg, and then we have this, I think it's Diana, who's really kind of just doesn't say much, but works on the mental illness tactics. And the two women are a lot older. They look like they're about 75. Now, here's the irony. Okay, Casey, who was hinting about conversations with some of the psychology trash I've dealt with, and I'm going to tell you about my opinion right now about the psychology community, okay? Most of them are fucking delusional idiots, okay? You give them fucking anxiety books and they read it and they think they know the world. You give them the DSM-4 book and they start spouting out lines and using them as weapons. Hey, mental illness, you don't have the right to... They're idiots, okay? They don't have the ability, most of them, to actually formulate anything based on your life. Okay, they're label throwers. They're fucking label throwers. They're the same as, hey, Jews need to die. That guy peeled out over there, leaving Bob's Big Boy. He's immature. He shouldn't be allowed here. That guy over there, what kind of fucking person would modify a car? I mean, he's ruining the car and desecrating. I mean, he shouldn't be allowed here or any other community. And, that guy over there, he rides around on a bicycle and has got some problems. So all these people punching him and yelling at him while he's minding his own business, escalating a situation because he's not wearing really nice clothing and driving in with a $100,000 car. So he shouldn't be around here and he should be locked up in jail cells. But yet I sat there watching them abuse this homeless guy. I don't know if he was fully homeless, but he didn't do anything. It was the prissy, snooty, snobby shit that was attacking the poor guy based on his looks. And then they kept calling the cops, saying this guy's doing this. Like, the guy's like punching him, and then he calls the cops. After, like, he punches the guy, and the guy's getting angrier and angrier, right? And at one point I voiced to the cops, you know, a lot of these fucking people are worse than that homeless guy. Because they're instigating the situation based on bigoted racism and judgments when the guy's not doing anything. And the guy himself is feeding into it, which any human being would. These people won't fucking leave me alone, right? These people won't leave me alone, and he's starting to get angrier and angrier, right? Sort of pushing back. Now, I can assure you, if that guy wanders into a parking lot and is sort of sitting there admiring the cars, but his clothing's a little weird, and the prima donnas run up, you piece of shit, you're not allowed here, and they start pushing him and shit like that, that's the problem. The racist, bigoted, label-throwing, snobby shit that we're fucking better to you because you don't have a little hair here and things like that. And then what happens is the situation escalates because the nice person is being bullied and alienated, correct? So, hey, you know what? I got six $500,000 Ferraris. I'm better than you because you have an Eclipse. So you Eclipse shit shouldn't be here because your Eclipse shit is only worth $15,000. Right? But guess what? Then I go out and I buy a really nice Corvette and they all get together and destroy it because we don't want you here. Now, to keep things in perspective and context, the Corvette was bought before I modified the Eclipse, but they all got together to destroy the Corvette. So now they have no argument. What's the argument? A Jew bought a fucking Corvette, so he's not allowed here? No. Let's rephrase it. That dirty Jew who grew up in fucking Hidden Hills that makes Palos Verdes houses look like shit bought a Corvette, and he's not allowed here. That fucking dirty Jew bought an XKR Jaguar, and he's not allowed at Starbucks or any other coffee shops because he's homeless. Wait, I'm driving in a $100,000 XKR supercharged Jaguar, and I'm a vagrant who has stumbled into Starbucks. Does something sound a little odd here? Okay, now we're going back to Gigi Greg. What do you think this is really about? It's about racism and bigotry. Why is the psychology community behind it? Well, Kevin suffers from mental illness because he doesn't mind getting his hands greasy. Okay, Kevin will go to Tijuana and he'll hang out in the bars with the average common folk. Kevin will hang out at a strip club with the common folk. Kevin will go to the seedy areas, fucking South Central, and will hang out with the common folk. Kevin will also go to Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, New York City, Manhattan Beach, Chicago, Seattle, hang out in the best areas. Kevin is not throwing judgment. Kevin is accepting everyone. Now, when I say accept, don't take that as a literal. And when I say everyone, don't take that as a literal. Will I accept some person wants to kill me? No, I won't. Will I accept abusive people? No, I won't. Will I accept like example, if I'm sipping a coffee, I'm waiting until I get out of the tunnel here. Okay, if I'm drinking a coffee and a homeless guy is really annoying and sitting at my table, I don't not accept them, but I don't want whatever. How do I word this? Okay, I have nothing against the guy. I'm not going to follow him around. You need to be put in a mental institution. You're not allowed in my city. But I might not sort of want to share my space while I'm trying to sort of relax with this really annoying personality, or maybe someone's not annoying, or maybe someone they're not annoying, but I don't jive with them. I'm on a different wavelength. Okay, I have nothing against them. It's nothing personal. Okay, it's nothing personal. I don't have anything against them, but I might not want to be around. Or better yet, let's say I go on a date and I don't mesh with the girl. Okay, it's not because she needs to die and I hate her and Now, we always come back to the same topic. I mean, a lot of hypocrite, lying people that go, I don't make judgments. Everyone makes judgments, okay? We make judgments every minute of our life. It's how we act on our judgments, okay? I might go on a date with a girl and I say, this girl seems like, whatever, my thought process, this girl seems like a money-grubbing whore, and I'm saying, I don't feel like dating her, okay? Does it mean that she needs to die and she's not allowed on the planet Earth? Of course not, okay? But that's a judgment. We all do it every minute of our lives. I might not want to drive that car because it looks like the wheels are gonna fucking fall off. That's a judgment. Okay, so I'm not gonna be a lying hypocrite like all these other people that sit there and lie to your face. Okay, I don't make judgments. Those dirty Jews aren't allowed here. I don't make judgments. Okay, so I'm not gonna put on this robotic bullshit that everyone sits there tries to feed me. Okay, so, and that's the way the world works. But people don't. Kevin, who cares what people think? I don't care what people think. But once people get together to kill me, I do care about their actions. Okay? And this Greg guy invited me there to their Torrance group with premeditated reasoning to try to frame, smear, set up. And it wasn't just those 4 people. They're working with the majority of Torrance, Hermosa, Palos Verdes, and a Planet Helping that's been going on nonstop for 46 years, as I have video minute by minute all across the United States of America with and without policeabuse.com of worldwide mental batterings, minute by minute worldwide. I can go into a 7-Eleven or I can go into a law firm right now in Kentucky or Virginia or New Mexico. I will be brutally mobbed to death by strangers. It's been going on for 22/46 years to kill a 5-year-old Jew with a child rapist and murdering father. Kevin, you said your father tried to kill you. My father is trying to kill me with a planet of people all working in synchronization since 5 years old that don't want the truth coming out. Links up to Congress and Senate and Jennifer Perelman losing against Debbie Wasserman Schultz with those resources to kill a 5-year-old Jew. Kevin Perelman is like the dog Oppo who bit Jason Perelman in the face. Kevin Perelman needs to be put down at 5 years old. That's the mentality we're dealing with. Of course, the dog Oppo, he kept alive. Okay, so the 99% reason why people befriend me is to try to make me look crazy and eradicate and cover up. Or with LAPD, try to make me look crazy. Greg here is heavily involved trying to cover up the crime spree of the black community when they were told I was a white supremacist for kissing a black girl. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Other than Dr. Ronald Barry Perelman doesn't want his Jewish child kissing a black girl, so he's going to turn the black community against me. Then Kevin Perelman gets into cars at 16. We're going to turn the automotive industry against Kevin with his lies with Pineapple Joe that I supposedly stole $10,000. And now, I can go through 100,000 other things like this. The point I'm getting at is, if I'm sitting down in a social group, let's befriend the dirty Jew that we gotta kill, or Kevin Perelman's a criminal so we gotta lock him away, or whatever the daily lie is, and those social groups say, we're gonna exterminate you at all costs with every resource on the planet. Don't say anything about it. You're ruining our magical zone. Wait. Don't say anything about it? Don't you feel obligated that you should say something about it? Why do I have to say something about a planetary murder operation in secret hunting me to be killed? Don't you feel obligated that if a guy is sitting there for 46 years, there's a planetary murder operation trying to kill him? Whistle, whistle, whistle. Hey, hey, hey. Wow, 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 wow. So Kevin, you're saying that people are trying to make you mentally ill? No, they're not. Kevin, people don't want to know about your life. But wait, you're helping, and then you're telling me not to say anything, correct? We're going to kill the Jew. He has something to say about it without eyebrows. He has something to say about it. Then they get really mad. You don't fucking say anything about it. We're going to kill you. You don't say anything about it, or we're going to kill you. Okay? So now you say, well, why did Greg invite me here to Torrance to their little cigar smoking social group? Well, they're death threats. Okay? Now, Tony's sitting there saying, listen, Kevin, you really need to forget about it as in your past. Well, if I'm sitting there with you and you're going, wow, okay, alrighty, Now, everyone on the planet knows what I'm talking about right now. They're not doing it because they don't want a reaction. They're doing it because they do want a reaction. And guess what? They're going to get a reaction. And once I say something about it and start passing out cards, you know what they say? You need to fucking forget, or we don't want to be your friends. Well, let me tell you, them and Skylar, Stephanie, who was paid off to have me fucking killed or threaten my life for what I know, just like Jen Hess, just like Julia Sophia Reynoso, just like so many others. What was this stripper Bentley said? I'll get mine for finding out. Okay. With Rhodey Morales. Okay. Why did they invite me there? If they don't like me, if I'm a horrible monster, why talk to me? Why invite me there? Because they're involved in a crime that they don't want the truth coming to light. And Greg, whatever his last name is, with his GG Mustang, is a child rapist Jew killer linked to the black community, and a long list of black people either paid off or told, if you see Kevin Perelman, mentally bludgeon him to death, kill him, try to set him up, frame him, rid of the world, which goes all the way down to Damon Reagan's in high school. I can't remember Scott Spaulding. That was too early. I don't remember those memories, but I can assure you, just like everyone else, nothing was done to him. And the black girl at 8 years old I kissed at Sunny Skies Day Camp, which is the end of the world because a Jew kissed a black girl. Now, my father's making this out to be OCD and mental illness. How's it? If a Jew kisses a black girl, is that mental illness? Is that how we label it now? Okay, so Jew killing, labeling, profiling, snob shit that won't accept anything different than them, while trying to turn around on me and say, Kevin, you can't. People are different, trying to turn around on me, trying to make me look like the bad guy, on tactics that are worldwide, minute by minute, 46 years, that go from person to person. Example, like I was saying, why does every location I go to, some person's pretending to be my father and hunting me down, trying to kill me with mass worldwide groups? Well, it's about psychology and mental illness. Or better yet, the lookalikes, right? You have a Tia Cyrus lookalike, follow me to Starbucks. You have a Dana Perino lookalike, follow me to Starbucks. Then you start having the real ones. Danielle Derrick provoking me with mass groups, trying to get me to go after her. Lisa Del Sierra. Jada Fire. She's big because she's black, right? Oh, poor me. I was stalked a Jew. Oh, poor me. Okay. Kayla Carrera. Let's talk about some of the strippers following me. What was that? Blonde. Lola following me to Coffee Bean. I think Jocelyn James. Taylor Wayne. Nina Ellie. And I can assure you nothing was done to any of them except I mouthed off a little to Jada Fire because I knew what she was doing after enough blows to the head. That's what they wanted, to say this guy doesn't get along with people, but yet I have 100,000 videos literally. I narrated into a camera for the last 10 years, getting 100,000 to 1 million attacks per day on video narrated, and around me 1,000 per hour that nobody wants coming to light. You can download it off kevinperelman.target.com. Nothing is magically going on. Kevin's too sensitive and doesn't get along with people. Bullshit. Everything is based on racist, bigoted labels being thrown to kill the 5-year-old Jew and mental illness. He suffers from mental illness. He's not allowed to coexist in humanity. Let me say it again. He suffers from mental illness. He's not allowed to coexist in humanity. He didn't do one thing wrong. He's been an exceptional fucking person his whole life. He's been as nice as can be to everyone. He's been open-minded. What Kevin Perelman stands for is the ultimate vision of what the average human being should stand for. Am I perfect? No, I'm not perfect. Do I want to be perfect? No. Am I willing to go to CD dives and hang out in different things that people might not understand or accept? Yes, I am, because in my definition of being a good person is to be not judgmental. Okay? You're going to have judgments, but as a whole, I don't mind hanging out with people who are Indian. I don't mind hanging out with Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Indian, Russians, Black, Latin. But if I'm treated like shit, I don't want to be around it. Okay? And that has nothing to do with racial. It has to do with abuse. Abuse. Dr. Ron Barry Perelman, I'm going to shock you to death every time you do something I don't like. You kiss a black girl, I'm going to shock you to death. I'm not going to stop pushing that button. Just like he did his Rhodesian Ridgeback Rhodey, and then sent Rhodey Morales after me to have me killed, and sent Kelly Hatch after me in Southern Oregon State College to follow me up from Calabasas High, who wanted me to see the movie The Bad Seed with the character Rhoda. These are all actual events that are being done to make someone look like a violent paranoid schizo once he figures out what's being done. Okay, they're schizophrenia tactics, and once you find out, you suffer a mental illness, which is why it's called gang stalking, the act of trying to make people look mentally ill. Groups of people ganging up on someone with mental illness tactics, community harassment groups, mental illness campaigns, whatever the fuck you want to call them, okay? And we all know, everyone's smart enough to know that gang stalking isn't about literally gangs, okay? Unless you're some LAPD police officer who never got a college degree, only went to high school and has no concept of fucking reality. Okay, or some loony person in the psychology community, and I think we've established that most of them are such miserable people that they want to go ballistic on everyone else, okay? Take out their anger on everyone else so they get psychology degrees, saying, I want to help people, so you're not perfect, so I'm going to force you into mental institutions or kill you because you shouldn't be around the other human species. Okay, now remember that most of my family has psychology degrees as well as medical degrees. And I didn't finish this up, but honestly, the average psychiatrist is out there to make money, and they're drug dealers. And I'm not trying to generalize here, but let's be realistic. The amount of money a psychiatrist makes to walk into my office for $15, oh, you suffer from this, I'll sport you some Seroquel. That's $400 for the pills, but Blue Shield will cover it. It's all about money, okay? It's all fucking about money. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So that guy, you think that psychiatrist wants to hear about your fucking problems, or he just wants to make money off selling you pills? They're the pill pushers, okay? Now, the psychiatrists and therapists are a little more fucking loony because they think they want to help you, but most of them are closed-minded, bigoted idiots who, like I said, they read a few books and they think they know the world, okay? And I could guarantee you that this Casey person, this Casey child rapist here who is trying to thug me quiet, has probably never been around the world and understands about different cultures and races and that people are different. And that's the problem, that I'm better than you and I'm going to throw labels and your kind shouldn't be here or everyone else. Have you ever seen me once in 51 years, and I'm saying from my own mouth, my own mouth, have you ever seen me once say that this person shouldn't be here? Never. In 51 years. I have never got together groups of people to harass or rid people of the world or say you're not allowed. Not once in my life. In 51 years. I have accepted everyone, and if I didn't understand them, I just sort of stayed away from them, right? If you understand what I'm saying. Not once. In 51 years. I have been hunted and bullied since 5 years old. Brian Weaver. Elementary school, beat the shit out of Kevin. Same with Tom Farley, 8th grade, with Brian Weaver, beat the shit out of Kevin. And then they try to cover it all up with Ryan Hirsch, right? Beat the shit out of Kevin, create this little fantasy that never happened, that Kevin supposedly bullied Ryan Hirsch to death. And the only thing that happened is Brian Weaver kind of sort of bullied Ryan Hirsch for 10 minutes of his entire life as a cover-up to beat the shit out of the 5-year-old Jew nonstop for 45 years with a planetary murder operation to kill a 5-year-old. Kevin, you said your father tried to kill you. My father is trying to kill me with a planet of people. Non-stop for 51 years. It has not stopped for 46 years. It is a crime in progress. It is still going on. And if you go to LAPD and say, hey, help me, LAPD, there is literally a planetary fucking psychological warfare operation. You know what they'll say? Alrighty. Wow, you're imagining it. Just like the trash, this Greg, Casey, Tony, and Diana or whatever, complete child rapists, Jew-killing shit, scum, and trash, that have followed me, at least Greg, to Bob's Big Boy, all the other auto shops saying, Kevin's crazy, don't fix his Corvette because I suffer from mental illness? Well, wait, let me understand this. What's the crime? Even if I did suffer from mental illness or lack of some hair, the minuscule, hey, there's a little less hair here. What if I had a mole here? I mean, that'd be the fucking end of the world. But we got a little less hair than normal. So the Jew, the dirty Jew, is not allowed to coexist in humanity and is not allowed to breathe, or he needs to be put in a cage. So Greg here is following me from place to place like everyone else, a black guy. It always starts with the black people, with lame excuses about mental illness. And he's hunting a Jew, trying to eradicate him, and the Jew is not allowed at public places, and the Jew is not allowed to buy a Corvette and partake in the auto industry because the Jew is crazy. Okay, so a little lack of hair here is ruining his life. Okay, so a little lack of hair here is making Greg follow me to Addiction Motorsports, LA Auto Care. There was, I believe, one more. LA Auto Care, Addiction Motorsports, Bob's Big Boy. He's inviting me down to Torrance. He doesn't live in Torrance, trying to say I'm stalking Alexis Amore and probably 500 other girls, right? The city of Torrance, Hermosa, Laguna, Newport, Santa Monica. If I go sit on a bench, 1,000 people come out with the mental illness tactics trying to get me to lunge at them and jump at them, saying Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo. If I'm a violent paranoid schizo, you don't need to keep punching me in the back of the head to get a reaction, because that's not the definition of a violent paranoid schizo. That's the definition of someone saying, if you keep hunting me to kill me, I'm going to blow your fucking brains out. And justified in self-defense. The act of Kevin Perelman doesn't get along with people and is a violent paranoid schizo is nobody's doing a thing and Kevin's going crazy on people. Kevin has not once in 50 years gone crazy on anyone. It took them 29 years for me to even find out what was going on. And it took them 18 years of minute-by-minute torture by worldwide mental bludgeonings without physically touching me for 18 years or so until I told Detective Angela Stewart at LAPD, this needs to stop, so she fabricates charges and arrests me as a cover-up, LAPD cover-up, trying to cover it all up that Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo, doesn't get along with people because lack of some hair? Okay? Isn't that synonymous with black skin? Isn't that anonymous with Jewish people? People who are us dirty Jews in Germany in the 1940s? It's identical. I am here in Hermosa Beach. As we speak, I'm going to look at the groupings of white cars parked on the road. 3 white cars here, 2 white cars here, 2 white cars there, 2 white cars here. 2 green Jeep Cherokees here, 2 green Jeep Cherokees here. 2 black pickups here, 2 black pickups here. This is United States based now, getting really bad after 2011 because Encino Starbucks will not tolerate us dirty Jews buying a coffee and sitting down. Encino Starbucks with Dr. Alex Lazar will not tolerate us dirty Jews going to their coffee shop or any other coffee shop in the world, and if you get proof of it, they pay off trash like Officer Toro to threaten your life if you ever take a picture of a person. I exercise the law in my own way, and that actually starts with Aubrey Fisher mad at me for getting into studio photography, as if I'm violating her territory. And then they'll say, Kevin, you said a bad thing about Aubrey Fisher. You said you're an evil, horrible, murdering person. Wait a minute here. I'm not allowed to say anything negative about the people hunting me to kill me? That's pretty fucking strange. But they're allowed to hunt me and kill me with every person on the planet and say whatever they want with billions of government dollars to spew out defamation and propaganda worldwide. Okay, so I'm in Hermosa. I'm already seeing the mental illness tactics with the cars. Remember, it's not just cars. It's cars, it's clothing color tactics. When they see me in town, if they're not tracking my Google account and streaming audio off my phone to a Google account, which they don't want to admit with LAPD, who tracks phones from people they label like you suffer from mental illness, we're allowed to follow you from place to place, trying to get dirt on you, to exterminate you, or pay people to come in to set you up, to lock you away because you suffer from mental illness. I didn't think mental illness was a crime. You see that kid there that's 10 years old and he's labeled as ADHD in high school? He probably doesn't really have ADHD. Are you allowed to hunt him and kill him with every resource on the planet? You're not, are you? But if you have a little less hair here, you are. Because this means that I'm going to kill you, right? I'm going to kill you because what is it we always say? People are afraid of what they don't know. People are afraid of what they don't know, and some will kill over it. Well, Kevin, that would never happen. Oh, it wouldn't? Our entire history of humanity is based on just that. Killing what is different. Whether it be religion, whether it be the color of skin, whether it be too much hair on your arms and too little hair here, whether it be someone with a disease, whether it be someone that looks shady, whether it be someone that's homeless. Yeah, they had a bad turn on their life. They were a fucking billionaire and something happened and they couldn't support themselves, and it doesn't, not that it matters, but he's homeless and he looks different than the Armani suit wearers, correct? Some people are actually killed over that. Okay. Now you deal with these bigoted racists or these label throwing snobby shit. I will say it, label throwing snobby shit, and they have lots of money and they're better than everyone else. And you see it a million times. You see it a million times per day. Oh, I have a house in Palos Verdes, and you're wearing a t-shirt, and I'm better than you. I don't want you in my city, and I'm gonna get together with everyone and kill you in a method with my lawyer friends that I know how to do it because you don't fucking belong here. All right? And I'm not even talking about fully homeless person with a pile of things on the side of the street. I'm talking about different. I'm talking, the guy that comes to Bob's Big Boy, he doesn't have, or he didn't have huge campers of shit. He was a little grungy, and he kept to himself until he was provoked to death, right? And then he started pushing back, okay? And a lot of the prissy shit that is at Bob's Big Boy, they have no value of human life. And that's sort of the point I'm getting. We're talking about human life here, okay? And I totally understand that you want to live in a community without crap everywhere. But the point I'm making here is that there's a middle ground and there's an extreme. And not a Biden extreme, but an extreme. And if that guy's sitting there smoking a cigar, drinking a cup of coffee, and a guy is riding by on his bike and he's a little grungy-ish, or maybe he didn't shave for a week, but he's got a lot of money. He's sort of slumming it for a week. Oh, that guy doesn't belong here. Or better yet, what did Casey say to me? I said, you like Venice Beach? And she said, no, those people are all like diseased or disgusting. And she said, like, those people are all disgusting. And I said, what, do they like have diseases or something? I said, what's wrong with Venice Beach? That's great. You got all sorts of interesting characters and cool things, and it's fun. Oh my God. I mean, it was like, so you want to understand what we're talking about here. Okay, I mean, think about the movie Titanic, okay? It's fiction, I know. The movie is Titanic, but some of those characters are not fiction, okay? You understand what I'm saying? And actually, supposedly, that family is, was it based on? I can't even remember. Never mind, I'm not even going that route. I don't know if that was, I don't know if that family was supposed to be a part in history or not, the Hope Diamond. I don't know. I'm not even going to go down that one. But those fictional characters of the Huxley family, the oil tycoon, those, as I'm driving by, 2 whites here, because look at me, look, I have a beard, so I don't belong in Torrance or Hermosa or Laguna or Newport. Oh wait, but we're going to see some grungy characters today, and they don't care. Okay, 3 whites here, 2 whites there, 2 whites there. And this is a newer 8-month-old tactic with the Asian guy in my neighborhood that drives a white Tesla mad at me for taking walks. Us Jews aren't allowed to take walks either. With lead officer Sean Dinsey, he states that us dirty Jews aren't allowed to take walks. 2 gray Civics together here. Okay, so Sean Dinsey states, he doesn't state directly, indirectly, that us dirty Jews are not allowed to take walks, and then he tries to say it's about mental illness. So us dirty Jews are not allowed to take walks, but it's because he suffers from mental illness. There's no mental illness. There's you dirty Jews are not allowed to take fucking walks or leave your house because you're not allowed to breathe since 5 years old. Well, you're a public nuisance. I'm a public nuisance for finding out there's a worldwide campaign to kill me and doing something about it and stating that, look, this is what's fucking going on, and putting up a website saying you've been lied to and that's a child raping Jew killer. But it all starts with him asking me about special schools like Sunny Skies Day Camp where I kissed a black girl, which is a crime, supposedly. And things like this. That's all it's about. It's about 5 years old and Dr. Robert Perelman saying that Kevin's different, I'm going to kill him. That's all it's about. It's not about women or anything else. It's not about coffee shops. It's not about pool halls. It's not about college. It's not about artwork. It's about kill a 5-year-old, and from there it escalates. 2 white cars together there. Now remember, when I'm talking about the 2 white cars and the 3 white cars and the 4 white cars, this is now worldwide. Within 1 week's time of the Asian Tesla guy on Owen's Mouth on my street saying us dirty Jews are not allowed to take walks out of our house. But they're not going to word it that way on their propaganda to the world. Okay? So over here, 2 white cars. I could pick up the camera and video it. I'm doing this on my cell phone. So 2 white cars here. I'm just going to do this. I have years of videos of this. 2 white cars, 4 white cars here. I got years of narrated video, but I never really can edit it because it's on this camera. So I'm just going to do it on my cell phone for this piece. Now remember, this applies all across the United States, possibly world. About a year ago, let's say, with a Asian guy that lives in the Warner Center Met in my neighborhood, basically saying I take too many walks and I'm not allowed to take walks. Okay, so I'm not allowed to take walks. I'm not allowed to go to restaurants to get food. I'm not allowed to go to supermarkets to buy food because I eat too much. Sometimes I've been known to eat 3 meals a day, but people who don't have eyebrows are not allowed to eat 3 meals a day. Okay? That's not discrimination. That's not bigoted, racist discrimination at all. So 4 white cars, 2 white cars here. 2 white cars here. Remember, I have video all across the United States of this as well, but how much video can one deal with? Okay, 2 white cars here. Okay, 2 white cars here. We're in Hermosa Beach right now. This is now worldwide. It went worldwide within 1 week's time. If I go sit on the boardwalk, there'll probably be like 50 people come out with black pants, green shirts. I got years and years of narrated video and 2 pickups here. Maybe not. 2 pickups here, but also 2 whites. Okay. The more predominant, obvious things are the whites. So we're going to focus on the whites because they stand out more and they're easier to read. Remember, there's thousands of these mental illness tactics. 2 white here, 2 white cars here, 2 white cars here. Now remember, right now people are seeing my truck. They're not tracking my Google account because I now log out of my Google account. They used to track the GPS and stream the audio from my phone to mass groups to try to play the Brian Longbotham spy game and Jason Perelman, we have a bug in your room. We're listening to everything you do on the radio, paranoid schizophrenia tactics. The cops are trying to cover it up by intimidating me by saying you suffer from mental illness, which is 3 whites here, which is the agenda, okay? 2 pickups here. Some are, some aren't. I always say that on my video. because I don't want the psychology community with their absolutist child rapist behavior saying, well, you think that everything and everyone, because they're child rapist murderers, that will say what they need to say to kill a 5-year-old Jew with my child rapist father. Okay? The fact that I have to do this every day of my life until they can force me into a mental institution is the crime of all crimes by trying to torture and kill people or get them to blow their brains out. Okay, 2 white cars here. Okay, now these people can get mad with Officer Toro. You're getting video of people. We have 2 Audis, SUVs kind of close together. Maybe, maybe not, but probably. And I'm good at reading this shit like Braille because I've been doing it for so many years, not by choice. And remember that you can download all these videos off my website in the daily folder, which are daily videos of me getting proof and narrating just like this. But I don't have the energy to edit 100,000 videos a day or a month or whatever. Okay. 2 white cars here. And they'll also do things like get the SUVs together and things like that. 2 white cars here. Now you think I want to fucking sit here and edit video after video 100,000 times a day and not go out and live my life, or even video? You're wrong. You got to be crazy. And they're covering it up. Kevin wants to video us. Kevin's harassing us. We don't know why Kevin's doing it. They know why why I'm doing it. Because if I talk to them right now, they're going to start calling me man, or incorporating man or saying alrighty in their mental illness tactics, correct? And they go, I don't know you. Well, you can't hint I've been watching you and then say I don't know you, right? Now, why would they be doing it? Because they're trying to create the effect of paranoia. But why? Well, because Dr. Ronald Barry Perelman hates his 5-year-old. 2 white cars here. Okay? Because I don't have eyebrows. That's why. Okay? And you're going to say that's absurd. And I would say that's absurd. But we all know what's going on. And if you know what's going on and you don't think it's wrong, then you're a child raping Jew killer. It has nothing to do with mental illness. Even if I had mental illness, whatever you want to define it as, because it's a completely subjective, hey, see that guy over here with a stroller? He's crazy. Well, that's subjective. I've never even met him, and he's crazy. Okay, that guy with this stroller right there would say I'm crazy. He's never met me. Do you understand where I'm going with that? I've never talked to that guy, but he's going to say I'm crazy. Well, don't you find that strange? I would never walk up and go, you're crazy, I'm going to hunt you and kill you with a plan of people. Okay? And I think normally most wouldn't. But yet, Kevin Pearl, I've been hunting. These tactics have been going on since 5 years old, minute by minute. Okay, 3 whites here. And the tactics change and evolve. The healthier I get, the more they ramp up their tactics and come up with new ones. Okay, so because Dr. Ronald Barry Perelman says that Kevin Perelman is not allowed to be around humanity because he hates his 5-year-old, okay? And the more I find out about his psychological shockings, you kissed a black girl, I'm going to shock you to death. You can debate the actual Ronald Barry Perelman, I'm going to kill my 5-year-old with everyone on the planet reasoning. Okay? You can debate it all you want. The bottom line is it's going on, and we all know it's going on, and you can't try to justify, well, you said your father said this, so I'm going to kill you. Okay, you get it? That's a cover-up. No human being behaves that way. You said there's worldwide groups trying to make you look like a violent paranoid schizo, so we have worldwide groups trying to make you look like a violent paranoid schizo to tease you. That's not how human beings behave. They don't behave that way, okay? How they behave is, you better not talk or we'll fucking kill you. You know too much, we're going to kill you. My response, especially to shit like psychiatrist Natalie Craw, who's threatening my life, saying, I know too much, you better take medication or you'll destroy your life. That was a death threat, okay, by psychiatrist Natalie Craw, a child rapist piece of shit, in on it, okay? This isn't about mental illness, okay? If I suffer from mental illness, why did I just get video of about 100 different, well, let's say 40 different groupings of cars designed that happens every day worldwide to make a 5-year-old Jew look like he suffers from mental illness? It can't be both ways. Either I suffer from mental illness and I'm seeing things that aren't there. I wouldn't be getting video proof of people trying to make me look crazy. Now they're going to hint about people from my past. Julia Sofia Reynoso, Jennifer Hess. people I did nothing to but are paid off to have me killed. Kevin, how do you know they are paid off to have you killed or took part in these murder operations? Well, because I wouldn't be hunted to be killed for saying that girl seemed kind of off. Hey, I tell my friend Paul Humphrey, this Jen Hess girl seems kind of odd. Paul Humphrey runs around. Kevin Perelman knows too much. I'm going to join the LAPD Police Academy. We're going to try to frame Kevin. We're going to try to set Kevin up with LAPD, make it look like he's stalking Jen Hess to cover it up. That's how I know. Okay? Rody Morales paid off to try to make me look like a drug dealer with LAPD, planting drugs in my house, trying to plant drugs. Police confiscated drugs in my house to make me look like a drug dealer. How are we jumping to drug dealing? I thought you said that was about mental illness. Then it's about stealing cars. Then it's about stealing engines. Okay, which is true? None of the above. There's a worldwide campaign to kill me, exponentially growing since 5 years old, to exterminate the Jew because he doesn't have hair on his eyebrows. That is why. There's no hair on his eyebrows. There's no eyebrows. Okay, 2 white cars here. The psychology community and my family won't, what's the word I'm looking for? 3 or 4 white cars here. The psychology community won't tolerate imperfection. Someone who has no hair on their eyebrows is not allowed to coexist in humanity, which they call trichotillmania. I don't care what it's called. Is it mental illness? That's debatable. Is it a nervous reaction to biting your teeth? Or a mental illness? It's not relevant to killing people. Okay? 2 white cars here. Okay? 2 white cars here. Okay? I'm just gonna do this. Remember, I have thousands of these videos that are unedited but narrated and downloadable in the daily folder to the world. I also have video across the US. 2 white cars here of video just like this. 2 white cars here. 2 white cars here. 2 white cars here. No, you're too sensitive. This is perfectly normal. 2 white, you can't see over there on the other side. 2 white cars together. This started before white cars, actually. 2 white cars. It started with like 2 green Cherokees and 2 blue Civics and 2 white cars here. And I have a good 15 years of just around my house alone, but it's worldwide now because the government wants to cover it up with a plan of child raping Jew killers. I'm also drinking coffee right now, and they say that's a crime for people like me because we're not human beings. We're not classified as human beings in the United States government here. I'm not classified as a human being, so therefore, just like slaves, they can beat me and kill me, and because I'm classified as someone on a mental illness watch list. Therefore, I'm not a human being, and the Constitution of the United States does not apply to people they decide go on this mental illness watch list. You get it? Okay, so I don't have human rights because someone threw a label on me. Does that or does that not go against the Constitution of the United States of America? I do not have the right to breathe. I do not have constitutional rights and protections. The cops will not help me in any situation because I don't have a right to breathe. Because someone someone high up in the government, 2 whites here, threw a mental illness label on me, because there's no hair here, so I don't fit the category of a decent human being that deserves to breathe, and everyone's allowed to get together and torture and kill me, and the police will do nothing, and the psychology community will do nothing, because I don't fit. I'm not a good person. I am not a good person according to them, because there's no hair here. And I have no feeling and emotion and empathy because there's no hair here. So when I'm kissing a black girl 8 years old and I'm showing empathy and warmth and kindness and someone who's going to want family and kids, and they're getting angry. They're getting angry. When I go to a coffee shop and I'm as friendly as can be and showing warmth and friendly and jokiness and funness and flirtiness, they're getting angry. They're getting angry. Why? Because they don't want me to classify as a human being. They want me to be classified as a Commodore dog that bites my brother in the face like ours did, and then my father has to put it down, except my father's trying to put me down and not the Commodore dog. Now you have to question the psychotic, what's going on in this American Medical Association orthopedic surgeon with a secondary psychology degree. What's going on in that guy's brain that he doesn't care about the dog that bites Jason Perelman in the face. He's hunting Kevin Perelman to kill him around that time, and he's telling Jason Perelman to help kill Kevin Perelman. Think about that. Okay? Now you want to talk about psychotic murderers and fragmented thought processes? That's Dr. Ronald Barry Perelman, not Kevin Perelman. But Dr. Ronald Barry Perelman here has the resources to kill his 5-year-old son with the psychology community and his secondary psychology degree. And remember that I was born on Castle Creek Air Force Base in Merced, California, where I was born on an Air Force base, and he clearly knows the right people to kill children that he doesn't approve of, okay? Now, doesn't the Constitution state that fathers should not be allowed to kill their 5-year-old children for any reason? Okay, no matter what their belief system is? Okay. Okay, so, two whites here. Okay, so I'm heading out to... I'm heading out to, okay, that was Hermosa. We're going down to Torrance Beach. That's like 5 minutes away. We're going to chill. According to the government of the United States of America and psychology community and my family, the word chill is a crime. The word chill, oh my God, oh, wow, hey you, buying hats, any type of hat, buying shoes, buying shirts of any color, they're all crimes, okay, according to the psychology community. So I'm ruining everyone's life by committing those crimes. You can say that doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make any sense now, does it? That's the point. It doesn't make any sense. And then they're going to hint that I'm somehow doing something to people by going out and expressing myself and showing emotion and expressiveness and all those character traits that everyone has, but Kevin Perelman is not allowed to because he doesn't have hair here and he's not classified as a human being. He's classified as something a slave would be, or a Jew in a concentration camp, or a Jew in Germany in the 40s who were toted off to Auschwitz and burned and brought into the showers because they're as dirty Jews are the inferior race. You think this is a game, you think this is a joke. Okay, 3 red cars together here. I can assure you that the amount of video of groupings of reds like the whites, statistically impossible. I could go down one street, I could go down like Reseda Boulevard, and I could get probably 1,000 literally on video, and you would say, I understand that there's coincidences, but 1,000? And then you go down the next street and go, another 1,000? Okay, statistically, there's a high probability that I'm struck by lightning 10 times per month every month. Okay, you get what I'm saying there? Okay, statistically, it's not possible. Okay, so we're going to go down here. What is this? Hopefully not Anita Boulevard. Okay, we're going to go down Esplanade, whatever. Okay, and guess what we're going to see? We're going to see more groups of whites. Now, normally, I haven't done this in a long time because I'm just so exhausting that nobody's willing to say that these were white murder operations are wrong to kill a 5-year-old Jew, and then it escalates. First, it starts about rage, my father's delusions about rage, and then it escalates to there's no hair here. Okay, so 2 whites here. Okay, now, the first thing I want to ask you, is my father, who's making his labels and judgments, is he me? Is the words coming out of my father, are they my words or are they his words? You get it? So my father's saying what he needs to say, whether it's out of hate, rage, insecurity, fear, all of the above. Adolf Hitler was driven by fear, correct? Fear of people that are different. Well, so was my father, okay? A child raping, Jew killing child rapist with a planetary Jew kill and child rapist army to kill a 5-year-old. I'm now 51. They will not stop till I'm forced into a mental institution to cure things that are not curable. Example, 40 years ago, I didn't like your joke, so I've got to cure you. Well, how are you going to cure that? Okay, so cure the incurable because there's nothing to cure. Okay, 2 whites here. I will once again state, 2 whites here. I will once again state the obvious that it is not everyone in these worldwide murder operations, or I should say, there are 2 types of coincidences, the intentional coincidences and the coincidences, okay? There are those events, which are about 80-90%, that are made to look like normal coincidences that are actually intentional coincidences, correct? Okay, so here we are heading towards 2 whites here. We are heading towards Torrance, which is really the same area, right? And this is the point where someone sees me and they text out onto the internet kill tools. Kevin Perelman's 3 whites over there. Kevin Perelman is in town. Everyone come out in their clothing color tactics as well, because no relaxing for you nigger is one of the death threats. And Greg, that's sort of luring me down here with these Jew kill groups, child rapist Jew kill groups, are linked into the cover-up. You don't talk about those death threats, no relaxing for you nigger, okay? Linking to Jada Fire and probably Vanessa Blue, also another person followed me to coffee shops. 3 whites there. Another one who followed me to coffee shops, trying to get reactions, and if there's no reactions, they make up a reaction. See, they need to say whatever they need to say to kill a 5-year-old Jew with the child rapist father, okay? 2 white pickups over here. And so nothing's really about anything, okay? They're empty labels to kill a 5-year-old Jew from a child rapist murdering father and a planet helping. And the planet is dug so deep into their worldwide murder operations that they're not going to let the truth come out. Hey, world, you've been lied to. We don't want to hear about it, but we're not going to stop hunting you to kill you. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that Greg's probably not coming down here, and he's thinking he's probably threatened my life. You don't come down to Torrance. Just like they do at Boz Big Boy. You don't go to Boz Big Boy. You don't go to anywhere else in the world. This happens at every place in the world, by the way. I will note the 3 whites there and the 2 blues here. Maybe, maybe not. I used to own a very similar Jaguar to that one, which I was talking about before. And a lot of times that is one of the idea of reference obsessionally looping tactics is, hey, we might park 5 Saturns in front of your house because at one time in your life you drove a Saturn, trying to get you to say something to say you suffer from obsession and we need to lock you in a mental institution. We always come back to the locking, forcing someone into a mental institution so that they are not allowed around the other human species for no reason. Because if I was a violent paranoid schizo, there would be no provoking to get to frame or set up or make someone look like you want them to look like. So I've already proven a billion times over that obviously I don't suffer from mental illness and I get along great with everyone if they're not taking part in the murder operations. Okay, 2 whites here. 2 whites here, but I don't really like to look at this sort of the side here because 2 whites here because these are sort of a high transition rate. 3 whites there. Now, what they did, I should explain here what Greg was doing was I went out to Lawndale to Earl's Fittings to get a fitting for my Corvette, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna cruise over to the beach here, smoke a cigar, relax. And all these spots on the side of the road, almost every single one was blocked except for one. And I pull the side of the road and there's Greg like, hey, what are you doing here? Okay, so there was one parking option, and the guy that followed me to Bob's Big Boy, hey, what are you doing here? And then he sort of reels me into his group, and then the group with him is like, we don't want you here, we're gonna throw rocks at your head, you're imagining it, you dirty Jew, you're not allowed to say anything, we don't want to hear, this is our magic area, we don't want to hear about your baggage, but we're throwing rocks, taking part in the worldwide murder operations, but you're not allowed to tell us that you were lied to. Okay, so it looks like the mental illness tactics have ramped up. We have 2 whites here, but we also have 2 Audis, just like back in Hermosa. Okay, so the numbers here now that Greg has probably stopped coming here is ramped up with the mental illness tactics. It's sort of prime time. It's Sunday and it's really packed. And now the anger is going to be flaring because Kevin's back in Torrance. But guess what? I could go to, I'm going to pick a random place. I go to, like I said before, Kentucky. I could go Santa Monica right now. Same thing would happen. I could go Point Magoo, which I've had. Same thing. I could go to Oxnard. Same thing. Ventura County. Same thing. I could go East Coast, I can go to New York. I can go on the water in New York. Same thing. I go to Texas. I can go on the water in Texas. Same thing. I could go inland. I go to New Mexico in the middle of the boonies. I go to Denver, Colorado in the middle. We saw what happened to Denver when the Jew came back to Colorado and tried to cover up their 90s murder operations. I didn't even know what was going on. Okay. They're now going to try to cover it up. You're stalking Alexis Amore. You're stalking Alexis Amore. And if I go to Santa Monica, some random girl will pop out that I don't even know saying you're stalking me, and she'll draw attention to herself. Okay, get it? It's like Greg Gutfeld. I turn on the news. Fox News is working with Tom Farley, stalk Kevin Perelman for watching media. He's crazy. They draw attention to themselves, correct? Okay, so if I drive to Santa Monica and some girl's like, right, I don't know, is like, Kevin's stalking me, he won't leave me alone, all of a sudden I'm going to learn who she is, correct? And I'm going to say, look, this person's a lying piece of shit. And they're going to say, you don't talk or we kill you. You're a stalker. We're going to hunt you at worldwide groups and kill you. But what's it really about? Because it doesn't make any sense. So what's it really about? Okay. So, once again, the numbers are now up. Because, hey, we proved that, Kevin, you're a stalker, blah, blah, blah. What's the definition of a stalker? Someone who lives in the same area as someone else? That's not the definition of a stalker. Someone who visits areas that someone else lives in? That's not the definition of a stalker. Okay? The definition of stalking is someone whose life's in danger because someone's trying to kill them. That's the definition of someone who's stalking. Okay, not Lorraine Escobar. He called me he called me twice in 1 month. My life's in danger. 2 white cars. 3 white cars. What are you doing back in Torrance Beach? You're a stalker, you're this, you're that. Never directly. Hint, hint, hint with idea of reference messages. Everything's based on idea of reference and schizophrenia or obsessional looping tactics. Why is there no direct argument? There is no direct argument because it's about making someone look like they suffer from mental illness is the reason why. How many people you know in the history of the planet Earth that are accused of something indirectly with idea of reference messages? 0. It is designed by the psychology community to execute 5-year-olds, and then as he gets older, cover it up. Okay. Everything is a cover-up of a cover-up to kill a 5-year-old. Okay. So this is generally the point where you get mean looks like you know what you did, but there's no argument as to what you really did because nothing makes any sense except kill the 5-year-old Jew with a plan of people. Okay, it is a little busier than normal, I will admit. I'm not going to put any weight on that comment. 5 whites together there. 3 whites together here. 2 whites together there. Some are, some aren't. We're talking about the coincidences versus the intentional coincidences. I will sum this up because I'll go forever, and it is designed to keep pushing you further and further into the appearance of mental illness. For what's the reason? Class. What's the reason? To force someone into a cage and exterminate them or eradicate them. Okay? Remove from society at all costs for no reason other than hate, fear, intolerance of imperfection, extermination. Eradication. Based on labeling. Whether it's a dirty Jew, whether it's a dirty Jew without hair here, it starts at 5 years old. My father decided from his psychotic personality that any imperfection is that child is crazy and he does not have a right to coexist in humanity based on his fear and insecurity with his bigoted, racist, psychotic, sociopath personality to kill a 5-year-old or execute or eradicate a 5-year-old. It has been going on for 46 years. Now, the only question, the only conundrum or mind-boggling factor is how do you get these freaks, these labeling Jew-killing freaks worldwide to hell? Okay, what would putting me in a mental institution or jail cell accomplish? What would it change? Well, the guy we've been hunting to kill for 46 years is finally gone, right? That's the only thing it's going to do. Is there a reason behind it other than Dr. Ronald Barry Perelman saying you know what you did, but I'm not going to tell you. I refuse to tell you what you did? See that guy over there? He needs to be put in a mental institution because I don't like him or understand him or he's crazy. Am I allowed to do it? No, I'm not, am I? You would be mad at me for doing it. But yet you're not mad at Dr. Ronald Barry Perelman and his worldwide murder operations. You sit there and you state, we don't believe you. I've just videoed on this street alone how many cars working on me with mental illness tactics. I didn't even point out the clothing color tactic. Wait, I see pink. Oh, I forgot the clothing color. Let's okay. Remember that I have thousands of videos just like this. We're gonna pink. There's 3 or 4 pinks right there. Pink. There is, I believe Alexis Amore posted pink clothing this morning or last night on her Instagram account. And so I'm going to sort of see how many people are wearing pink clothing. And if I sit out here, which is pretty crowded, there are going to be higher rates of pinks coming out of their house, walking by me. And you're going to say, why? Because I'm stalking Alexis Amore? No, because the government with my father is running around for 46 years, killed a 5-year-old Jew. Okay? They're all at that point right there, but I wasn't focused on the clothing color tactics. Now, one of the things that happens is I come down here with my Eclipse, my green and black Eclipse, and they all come out with black pants, green shirts. Now, that tactic has literally been going on for 15, 20 years, but the numbers increase as the car is here, and it's sort of a idea of reference, hint, that look what you're doing to us because your car is green. Okay, now that thought process that doesn't make any sense has been going on my entire life. You bought a hat, we're gonna hunt you and kill you because look what you're doing to us. You bought a t-shirt, we're gonna hunt you and kill you, look what you're doing to us. So let's look at the clothing colors. 2 whites there. There is a green and black there, but usually you're going to see huge numbers of green and blacks. Just like I have the yellow and blacks in Hollywood and all. We saw 4 pinks in the same, congregating in the same area right there. I don't know what street that was. There's usually some kind of idea of reference, message correlating with the streets as well to the clothing and aspects of my life. Just try to make it look like a violent paranoid schizo. I will notice the greenish black there. And I don't see a lot of clothing colors at the moment. But what happens is I'll go out and sit there and try to relax. No relaxing for you, nigger, and all the hint, all the Jew kill groups come out that have been hunting me since 5 years old, trying to cover it all up by getting those reactions and saying, see, I told you so, he's a violent paranoid schizo. Of course, you're ignoring 46 years of worldwide minute-by-minute child rapist Jew kill attacks. Kevin, you said your father tried to kill you. Well, technically, my father is trying to kill me. I will notice a little girl there with pink, but I don't know if that really counts. Now, there's no real parking spots here. Okay, we pointed out some of the 2 whites there. Blatantly obvious. Okay, you gotta be a fucking lying child rapist to say nothing's going on. We didn't see a lot of pink clothing. Like I said, the longer I'm there, the higher rates of clothing will come out. Just like coffee shops, just like restaurants. Two white pickup trucks here. I already sort of pointed those out, but let's just... Some are coincidences and some are intentional coincidences. Okay, so And that's why the cops don't like this camera right here, because it gets shitloads of narrated video, paying off police, LAPD trash, like Officer Toro. If you ever take a picture of a person, I'll exercise the law in my own way. But honestly, it starts because I got into studio photography, and actually it started before that. As late as 1996, taking a film photography class. Once again, those two whites. Let's focus on the clothing colors. And it's not bad right now, but it gets worse after I sit and relax, because remember, no relaxing for you, nigger. Okay, that is one of the many, many death threats from the racists in the black community or other communities that have been hunting me since 5 years old. Greg, that likes to sit by E Street. We're on C Street. Greg likes to go to E Street. Lure me down here, join our Jew kill group, or child raping Jew kill group. You could tell this Casey lady seemed to be linked on some level to the psychology community of child rapist shit, trying to cover up her activities to kill children, or linked to cover-ups. They don't want the truth coming out. Okay, I'm about to park. Okay, pink, I think pinkish over there. 3 whites, 2 whites. Now, let me ask you one question. I'm trying to drive and go to the beach here. Pink, I think pinkish over there. I'm trying to go to the beach and relax. Don't you think that this endangers my life? Okay, greenish black on the old lady there. Don't you think that this kind of endangers my life by trying to leave my house? Don't you think there's something to that? Okay. It's funny because some of the people are watching me video right now, and they're gonna say this guy is a piece of shit for videoing us and cover up arguments. And I've seen these arguments even covered up by the lawyers, and talking about Long Beach and how this camera here is making people stalk me, and everything is always an argument that doesn't make sense. Okay, 1991, you bought a t-shirt down in Ashland, Oregon from the joke shop, said, "Lord's Jim, you're making worldwide groups hunt you to kill you." The shirt is making worldwide groups hunt me to kill me. The shirt, there's little magical beams sending out from the shirt saying "go kill," and they're not responsible for their own actions. The shirt's making people hunt and kill people. This camera here is making people hunt people and kill people. Nothing's making anyone do anything. If anyone's doing anything illegal, they're doing it because they've chosen to do it under their own volition. Okay, so the clothing numbers are down, the car numbers are up. We're at 8th Street. I wasn't paying attention. Down there were pink shirts. Now, ironically, I went out on a date with an Asian girl years ago, right around there. That was linked to these. I didn't know these operations were going on, but it was okay, right? And that was before Alexis Amore. Alexis Amore might have been like 5 years old, okay? But whatever. It's gonna jump from thing to thing because it's designed to kill no matter what with every person on the planet. 2 whites there. Since 5 years old. I can't, that's sort of a greenish black, but you know. And I'm about to close this up here. I've been talking for a while. Obviously, it does not have to do with Brian Weaver calling me Kid Taco. That has Brian Weaver calling me a Mexican. Because he didn't want me working on cars with my family. And if I sit here, there'll probably be people walking by. As they walk by me, they'll go hey or aw or wow, trying to provoke me into reactions. It's the same thing that's been going on minute by minute since 5 years old by worldwide child raping Jew kill groups working with my father. And things that aren't justified and it could never be. What's your justification for killing people? I mean, he's weird, he's crazy, he suffers from mental illness. There's no justification. So my family's been hunting me to kill me since 5 years old, trying to justify it with my father and worldwide support. But nobody's coming forward. Nobody's coming forward with what they've been told worldwide, and that's the problem. If it was any other person, they wouldn't tolerate it. Yes, they know what's going on, all of them, whether it's Alexis Amore or it's Jada Fire or it's the President of the United States or it's every lawyer, civil, criminal, LAPD officer. They all know that this is all a sham and a cover-up to execute a 5-year-old. There's nothing I did but turn 29, met with You're a Dead Man, world of paranoia, have a good life now, and 100 million other things said to me, some on video, some off video. The LAPD is unwilling to look at the video footage of any of it, even if the attacks are direct and aggressive, of people walking up and hitting me or threatening my life in obvious racial manners linked with everything else. They will not look at one thing because it opens up doors to everything else worldwide for 46 years. That's why they look the other way. And the people, like I said, these people that all take part, they have something to hide from people they know, okay? I helped. We thought that Kevin and I helped, but I like my friend, so I don't want him going to jail or being known as a child raping Jew killer that took part. And that's what it's about. So, we have the pink, I don't know if they're still here. They were right around here. There's like 4 of them together. Okay, there's 4 white cars here, 3 white cars here. I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna go relax. Remember, no relaxing for you, nigger, everywhere in the world. This is not about a girl. They're gone, I think. The pink grouping is gone. This is not about a girl. It's not even about Alexis Amore. It's never been about a girl. It starts at 5 years old. It's changing, rotating, worldwide propaganda, defamation, slander with worldwide mental illness armies to torture and kill a 5-year-old or figure out how to remove him from society. That is it. Starts by criminal American Medical Association, AMA, Dr. Ronald Barry Perelman, and just remember what happens if you're on the AMA, you're an orthopedic surgeon, and they find out you're abusive towards your child, doing experimental, I think my son's crazy, I'm going to prove it, or whatever you want to call that. You would get kicked off the AMA board so fast. And how do you make money after 30 years of a medical degree once you're kicked off the AMA? And wouldn't it just be easier to put a bullet in your son's head and go out and live your life? Okay, think about, these are the real important questions that nobody wants to talk about, because in the end, it's going to come back to the guy that started it, and they're protecting him by trying to cover up the crimes, correct? Just like someone in the mafia, okay? And if these people, if these worldwide groups want to behave that way, then what does it say about them, okay? We're going to talk about morals and ethics, and they're judging me that I'm the bad seed. I'm not committing any crime. All these people are. Okay. And it's even more of a crime to sit by and say nothing, that I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's going on. That's the crime. Okay, so I'm going to end this here. You've seen proof, even though it's on a passive-aggressive subliminal idea of reference, coordinated strategic level, but it is enough proof that statistically what they're doing is impossible. I do not see those pink groups sort of disappeared. They might have been by the sort of the Mexican fruit stand, and this morning or last night, Alexis Amore posted on Instagram a pink shirt after I made a joke about, quoted Pink Floyd, 2 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl. You could play it off as a joke and cute, but it's not a joke and cute when worldwide groups are working on you with mental illness tactics, and they never ever stop. Okay, so I'm gonna end this here, and that's it.